Hey everyone, welcome to Data Millennials. I am Atul. In this video, we are going to discuss how we can apply or use log10 function using calculated field in Looker or Google Data Studio. So as you can see here in my raw data, which is over here, I have region 1 sales in USD millions and region 1 cost in USD millions. But what if I need to show this unit price as a logarithmic of sale and cost price with the base 10 in my graph or in my table? Then how can I show it? So in this video, we'll create this table and then we are going to apply the log10 function as a calculated field in our table, as well as we'll apply this log10 function on these two values, region 1 cost in USD million and region 1 sales in USD million, in our graph to compare it. And we'll be doing it from scratch so that you can get the idea that how, when and where we can apply the log10 function with the help of a calculated field. So before we use this function, let's understand log10 function first. So log10 is a type of arithmetic function in Looker which returns the logarithmic of a positive number with base 10. And now if we talk about the syntax of this function, then you can see over here that I have written the syntax of this function, which is log10, the function name, and then we have x, which is a parameter, and this parameter is a field or expression which should contain at least one numeric value. So now let's go and create this calculated field with log10 function from scratch. And to do that, what we are going to do is that we are going to click on this edit button first. And then I'm going to add a new page. Within this page, we'll create this table as well as this graph from scratch. But before that, I'm just going to copy this header and put it over here. Let me increase the size of these two. Okay, so first we are going to create a table with this sales, region 1 sales in USD million, and we'll take this column and convert it into log10. So to add a table, what we can do is that we can come over here within add a chart and we'll select this table and we'll put it over here. Let me increase the size of this table. So the moment you will add a table, you will see that the Looker has already selected by default a data source as well as some of the columns in your dimension as well as metrics. But if you need to change it, you can come over here in this setup section and you can select your data source. But for me, in this case, I have already used this data source which is by default for this report. So I'll be using this just to show you that how we created these graph and this table so that we can compare it by the end of this video. So for us, the dimension will be date. So I'm going to drag this date field into dimension, and then I'm going to put this region 1 cost in USD millions over here as my metric. Now I need to convert this region 1 cost into USD millions into log10, and to do that I will be using a calculated field. To add a calculated field, what we can do is that we can click on add a metric, then create field. Now we have to give the name. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy the column name here, region 1 cost in USD millions, and put it over here. And at last I'm just going to put underscore log10. Then I'm going to put a formula over here, log. So when you write log, you will have two available functions, which is log and log10. So this log function I have already described in my previous video. In this video, we'll be discussing log10. So I will select this log10, and within this bracket, I need to provide an input field which will be converted into log10. So for me, it will be region 1 cost in USD millions. So I put this field over here and then I'll click on apply. The moment you will click on apply, you will see that Looker will start calculating it into the background, and you will have a new column over here which says region 1 cost in USD millions underscore log10, which you give the name. And if you compare the value, then you will see that for each record over here, the values has been converted into log10. Now if you want to use this log10 function with the calculated field into a graph, then you can do it also. So in order to do that, you need to include a graph first. To add a graph, we'll go to add a chart, and then we'll click on this time series chart, or any chart you want. You can select that chart. I'm just taking time series over here as an example, and then I'm going to increase the size of this chart. So when you select time series, you will see that by default Looker will take date as a dimension and will keep it as it is, and then we have to select the metric value. For us, what we are going to do is that we're going to take this region 1 cost in USD millions as well as this region 1 sales in USD millions, and we'll compare it over here in this graph using the log10 function. So my first metric over here is region 1 cost in USD millions, which has been selected by default, but I'm going to remove it later when we'll add a calculated field first. So we'll add a calculated field from this add a metric button. We'll click on it, and then we'll click on create a field. We'll take the header from this field, we'll put it over here, and at last we'll put underscore log10. Then I'm going to put a formula over here, which is log10. Within this bracket, I'll give the field which I want to convert, and then I'll press on apply. The moment I'll press on apply, you will see that this table is not getting affected, but this graph is. And right now you will see that you have two matrices over here, region 1 cost in USD millions and region 1 cost in USD millions log10. So I'll remove this first one, which we do not need. So the first metric that we have now is region 1 cost in USD million log10, and now we need to include this region 1 sales in USD millions so that we can compare it, that how our sales is doing against our cost. So I'm going to click on add metric, then create a field. I'll give the name over here, region 1 sales in USD millions underscore log10, and then I'm going to give the formula, which is log10. I'll put the input field, which is region 1 sales in USD millions, and then I'll click on apply. The moment I click on apply, you will see that you have two matrices now over here. But if I'll go to my page 1, which I had shown you in my video, in the starting of the video, you will see that this graph looks different as compared to this graph, right? Because in this graph we had data points, data levels, and in this graph we do not have it yet. So we are just gonna edit this graph and style it a little bit. So if I select this graph and go to style, then the first option that we have over here is series 1. So we'll keep the line, then I'll increase the line weight as 4. Let's keep the series color as it is, or this is the cost, so let's keep it as this color, which is red. Then I'm going to select this select point and show data label. Then I'll go down and you will see that you have series 2. I'll keep it as it is, the line. Then I'll select the series color as blue. Then I'm going to click on show points and show data labels. I missed increasing the line weight, so let's keep it as 4. And then I'm going to click on anywhere within this page, and you will see that now you have a similar graph that we had over here in page 1. The only difference is that the line weight is 2 over here, but I have selected the line weight as 4 over here. So this is how basically you can use a calculated field with log10 function to return log of a positive number with base 10 in Looker or in Google Data Studio. Happy learning, and see you in the next video.